What is skin cancer? What is skin tumor? Skin growth is an expansive term that alludes to a disease that starts in the cells of the skin. These growths more often than not create in the top layer of skin, otherwise called the epidermis. The most well-known sorts of skin tumor are basal cell carcinoma, squamous cell carcinoma and melanoma. What's more, there are a few sorts of skin growths that happen a great deal less habitually, including Kaposi sarcoma, Merkel cell carcinoma, cutaneous, skin, lymphoma, skin adnexal tumors and different sorts of sarcomas. Skin disease side effects. Non-melanoma skin disease side effects. While side effects of basal cell or squamous cell carcinoma differ, a surprising skin development, knock or sore that doesn't leave might be the main sign of a non-melanoma skin growth. Basal cell carcinomas on the head or neck may first show up as a pale fix of skin or a waxy translucent knock. It might be conceivable to see veins in the focal point of the knock, or there might be a space in the inside. In the event that the carcinoma creates on the midsection, it might look more like a tannish scar or substance-shaded sore. As the tumor creates, it might drain if harmed or overflow and get to be dried up in a few zones. Squamous cell carcinomas may likewise create as a knot on the skin. Notwithstanding, these firm bumps might be harsh at first glance, not at all like the smooth and magnificent appearance of a basal cell carcinoma. On the off chance that a knob doesn't frame, the disease may grow more like a rosy layered fix. While a skin rash may leave with time, these harsh sore-like patches remain and keep on developing gradually. This sort of tumor normally is found on the head, neck, hands or arms, yet they can likewise create in different zones, for example, the genital district or in scars or skin wounds. Nonetheless, both basal cell and squamous cell carcinomas may likewise create as a level zone that does not look very different from typical skin, so it is critical to know about the manifestations of skin disease and talk about any progressions with your specialist. Checking for skin growth indications. Standard examination of the skin for any new or bizarre developments, or changes in the size, shape or shade of a current spot, is critical to finding and treating skin diseases early. In the event that you discover anything suspicious, you ought to examine it with your essential care doctor or a dermatologist. While numerous skin malignancies create in zones presented to the sun, they may likewise create in regions that are generally escape the sun. It is critical to analyze these territories. Notwithstanding inspecting the legs, trunk, arms, face and neck, it is essential to search for indications of skin malignancy in the zones between the toes, underneath nails, palms of the hands and soles of the feet, private parts and even the eyes. Skin malignancy hazard variables. Certain variables may build your skin tumor dangers. By diminishing those elements under your control, you might have the capacity to diminish your danger of creating melanoma. For those that can't be controlled, consistent skin examination can expand the shot of getting a creating skin tumor early, when it is generally treatable. The essential hazard consider for skin growth, including melanoma and non-melanoma malignancies, is introduction to bright, UV, light, including daylight and tanning beds. The danger of creating skin diseases increments with more prominent introduction to these wellsprings of UV radiation. Individuals who live in regions with year-round splendid daylight, or the individuals who invest a ton of energy outside without defensive apparel or sunscreen, are at more serious hazard. Early introduction, especially visit sunburns as a youngster, can likewise build your skin disease dangers. Skin growth anticipation. Diminishing your presentation to UV light by dodging direct daylight and tanning beds is the most essential thing you can do to decrease your danger of creating skin growth. When you do go out in the sun, wear defensive attire, caps, shades and sunscreen. Customary, exhaustive skin examinations are additionally imperative, particularly on the off chance that you have an expansive number of moles or other hazard variables. While this won't keep skin tumor from creating, it might get it early, when it can be dealt with all the more effortlessly. Tell your specialist on the off chance that you see any new, unordinary or changing moles or developments on your skin. Malignancy dangers. Skin malignancy chance components. General. More seasoned age, skin growth dangers increment as you age, which is likely because of aggregated introduction to UV radiation. Be that as it may, skin tumors are progressively being found in more youthful people, potentially in light of the fact that they are investing more energy in the sun. Debilitated safe framework. Conditions that debilitate the safe framework, for example, invulnerable concealment treatment connected with organ transplantation, may expand your skin malignancy dangers. Male sex. Men are roughly 2 times more prone to create basal cell carcinomas and 3 times more inclined to create squamous cell carcinomas contrasted and ladies, and this may likewise be identified with expanded introduction to the sun. Body. Reasonable skin. Caucasians have an expanded danger of creating skin disease than non-whites. The hazard is additionally higher in people with blonde or red hair, blue or green eyes, or skin that smolders or spots effortlessly. Moles or dysplastic nevi. Most moles are safe and will never form into tumor, yet having a substantial number of moles may build the hazard for creating melanoma. What's more, the nearness of dysplastic nevi, moles that look similar to moles and similar to melanoma, can build lifetime chance by 10%. Albeit most dysplastic nevi won't form into melanomas, a little rate can, and people with these sorts of moles ought to see a dermatologist routinely for an intensive skin exam. Serious or long-haul skin irritation, skin that has been harmed by an extreme smolder, basic extreme bone contamination or extreme provocative skin ailment will probably build up a skin growth, in spite of the fact that this hazard is thought to be little. Hereditary qualities. Family or individual history. People with one or all the more first-degree relative, parent or kin, with skin growth are at expanded hazard. Furthermore, people who have beforehand been determined to have skin tumor are at expanded hazard for building up the illness once more. Acquired conditions. Conditions, for example, xeroderma pigmentosum, XP, an acquired ailment that influences the skin's capacity to repair UV harm, are at expanded hazard for creating skin tumors, and may create them at a prior age. Way of life. Smoking. Smokers will probably create squamous cell skin malignancies, especially on the lips. Substance introduction. Certain chemicals, including arsenic, modern tar, coal, paraffin and certain sorts of oil may build the hazard for specific sorts of non-melanoma skin diseases. Different conditions. Basal cell nevus disorder. People with this condition, otherwise called Gorlin disorder, frequently create numerous basal cell carcinomas over their lifetimes, and these may begin before they are even 20 years of age. Human papilloma infection, HPV, contamination, disease with specific sorts of HPV, especially those that influence the butt-centric or genital range, may build your skin malignancy dangers. Past treatment. Radiation presentation. Treatment with radiation can expand the hazard for creating skin malignancies in the uncovered region. Psoriasis treatment. A treatment for psoriasis, psoriasis and bright light treatment, PUVA, can expand the hazard for creating squamous cell carcinoma, and possibly different types of skin tumor.